a reading for you about somebody who is asking a favor, or maybe they just want to borrow some money. Maybe they want to borrow your favorite dress or your roller skates. But this is saying, no, 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 no. You don't need to do that. Whatever they're doing, I think you know it's a bad idea. I think you know that this person would be irresponsible with it or would not pay you back. So the advice is very clearly to reject whatever this request is, but let's get a little bit more detail. We're going to call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box right next to where you can find additional details on how to become a member and also how to find my Etsy shop if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. They're better for you and the environment. And I have to figure out how to name the next one that I'm going to make as far as a scent. Um, I can't come up with it yet. I haven't I haven't fully decided, but it'll probably replace the Fraser fir. I'll let you guys know. All right, let's dive in. I think we need the OG or the Rider Waite, the Waite Smith. What is this request? What are we doing with here? What is this? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, Sun in the reverse. We have someone who's codependent, someone who doesn't pay their own way, or someone who expects to have like an easy go of it because, oh, well, you're already going to be there. Can't I just stay with you? Or you've got plenty of money. Can't you just pay for me too? This is someone who's not willing to pull their own weight or is entitled. Perhaps we'll see the Nine of Cups in the reverse as well, because that symbolizes or is tied to selfishness or greed. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Immature behavior. Queen of Cups in the reverse would be like emotional manipulation. So I'm asking for a handout, or I want you to feel like you owe me, but you really don't. You don't owe this person. They're just trying to, I don't know, sing a little bit of a sad song in hopes that you put some money in their hat. Or put some money in their GoFundMe, but there's something here that's not real or is dishonest. Hello, Llama. How are you doing? What else do we have? We have the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So you're dealing with a request from somebody who feels like they can leverage your like considerate or compassionate side, but they've already been told no by like everybody else. So this would be someone who has other paths to pursue in order to get what they want, and they've been told no by everyone else. So they're walking towards you like, okay, well, let's just like make sure we tell the sob story extra well, and hopefully you'll give me the money that I want. But they're not telling you what the real situation is. If this is someone who's asking to borrow money, they're not going to tell you that they don't plan on paying you back. They don't plan on telling you that once they get what they want, they're going to like leave the country and then they'll never have to deal with the consequences. So this person's not trustworthy. Hello, Matt. How you doing? Hello, Quinn. Hello, Quickster. What's up? What else do we have? This could be somebody who has legal consequences chasing them. This could be someone who has filed for bankruptcy or owes a lot of people money. But I do think that at the very least, this would be somebody who is financially irresponsible and they want you to clean up a mess for them. They're coming in hot with a request and I think a little bit of a sob story. I can't do this. I can't do that. Can you just pay this so that they don't like repossess my car, for example? Yeah. They're asking to borrow money and I think their intention is to not pay you back. Whatever they're offering to do, maybe it's, I'm going to sleep on your couch, but I'll be gone in 2 weeks. They're like promise to make it less problematic for you is a lie. They have no intentions. They just want to get what they want. Let's see what else we've got. This is the Witch's Tarot. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Do you want to be a little bit more clear on what you're talking about? Because that's yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you communicating that in reference to somebody that the reading is about? Because I would ask you to be a little bit more chill in the live chat, please. Hello, Brendan. How are you doing? All right. Hello, Explorer. I prefer to be called Carmen, please, not Babe. Yeah, but this is like someone who's planning to be manipulative, and I don't get that from you, Matt. We've got Two of Swords and the Prince of Swords. They're withholding some information, trying to make it seem like, oh, well, if I borrow that like 5 grand from you, I get paid 10 grand next week, so it'll be super easy for me to pay you back. But they also already owe that 10 grand elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's already spoken for. Hello, Random. I do, if you look in my playlist, have a Learning Tarot playlist. I have to apologize. It's pretty, it's like 2 or 3 videos. But if you also look, like, I think it lets you search on my channel. If you look for, like, search for Learning Tarot, I also have shorts, like maybe 12 of them that are tips on tarot. So I would just search on my channel and you should find a couple. Hello, Lakshay. Did I say that right? I hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry to hear that imported. I hope your day improves. What else do we have? The Three of Pentacles. Oh, it's hard. And the Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they're telling you some like glossy version of what's really going on. They're not telling you how much they really owe, or they're not telling you what the money's for, or they're telling you they'd be able to pay you back when they can't. They're being deceptive, purposefully so, in order to just get what they want. I do feel like it's money. Or, you know, selling you something and they say that it's in good condition when it's not, or say that they have the, what is it called? The title when it's not really theirs. So this is something that's like a big, huge red flag. Please do not invest in this or do not give this person money. Emperor in the reverse, Princess or Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Hold on to your money. Hold on to your horses. Hold on to your, I don't know, your car. I would not trust this person with like one of my pairs of sunglasses, and I have a few. Like this person doesn't seem to have value or appreciation towards generosity, or they don't have the integrity to feel bad if they steal something. You know what I mean? Hello, you don't know me. How are you doing? This is a free reading. It's a general reading, but I also have several others on my channel if you'd like to look. If you want to do a personal question, that does require a super chat. You can attach it to the super chat or donate a membership for someone else on the channel or in the live chat. But I start those personal questions after the general reading. Oh, I hope that you have some good healing time ahead of you, Kevin. Ooh, I'm really sorry that you went through that. Hello, Aveda. How are you doing? That's true. I think that is pretty regularly a recommendation. And thank you, Mohit. I don't know if you can see all of it, but that's one of my favorite things. It's a globe from my grandfather. I think it was made in the mid 60s, but it has some countries that are no longer a country. I mean, they're a country, but they have a different name. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hello, Pickle Pants. How are you doing? So you're blaming me for what other tarot readers told you to do? That's a little strange, right? um, okay. So we have the Moon and the Nine of Pentacles. Hidden intentions, hidden motives, confidence that they can lie to you about what's going on and you won't catch them. And determination, because they feel like it's very likely that they would be able to pull the wool over your eyes. I think they've underestimated you. Okay, I appreciate that. Hello, Redbeard. Thank you for doing that. And it looks like Matt is the lucky receiver of that. Excellent. Redbeard, let me know if you would like me to pull a few cards for you. Hello, Roberto. ¿Cómo estás? Back in the club. Hello, Surf. How are you doing? I do not believe that the earth is flat. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. I rarely see this card. Interesting. So this is someone who's telling you that they're getting something like dealt with, like, oh, I've done the paperwork, or oh, I've called them, oh, I've, cleaned that up so that I can sell it. No, they haven't. They're telling you they've done something that they have not. They're thinking that you won't check on it. That's why her eyes are closed, right? So it's like, oh yeah, of course, I've definitely done that. Oh, I've written that letter, or I've filed that complaint, or I've applied for that job. No, they haven't. They're lying to you about it because they want you to look at it as they've actually done their part. They have not done their part. They just want you to think that they have. This is the Gothic Tarot. Hello, Rick. How are you doing today? Let me know if you change your mind, Redbeard. What else do we have? Hello, Rukio. Can we not do all caps though? It makes me feel like I'm being yelled at. It's going well. How about yours? Hello, Priyanka. How are you doing? We've got really. I think that's Temperance. That's a lot of anger though. And the Empress in the reverse. This person's holding a grudge. They're making it seem like everything is fine. They're making it seem like, they've got everything figured out. But there's a lot of frustration and anger here. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Again, they're being deceptive. They're being dishonest. They don't want to tell you what they've actually done or not done. And why they're in these circumstances. This would be like, this is weird actually. I read a Reddit story and there was a guy who let a friend sleep on his couch because he had had a breakup recently. And so the guy and his wife said, yeah, you can crash on our couch until you find a new place to live. But the guy who was crashing on the couch, refused to talk about why the relationship ended. And eventually there was some drama because the guy whose place it was saw a questionable, not safe for work picture on his friend's phone that looked a little too familiar, like maybe it was his wife. Found out that after some digging, right? that the friend who was crashing on his couch had gone into his phone, found the picture of his wife, and sent it to himself. And found out that he'd been kicked out by his ex for cheating. So the friendship ended, clearly. But there's something here where it's like, I'm withholding information. I don't want you to know what's really going on or what my real intentions are because I know you would say no. Because I know you would not be able to trust me. So we have the Four of Swords. I feel like there's some legal consequence or some judgment on this person, and they don't want anybody to know. Ten of Swords in the reverse, because if you know what really happened, or if you know why I'm in like dealing with these circumstances, then I don't think you would actually like deal with it, right? Hey Rick, is that a little casual racism there? What are we doing here? I'm removing it because I don't like it. You want to explain? That's cool, but I'm really hoping that you're not racist. Rufio, can you please stop using all caps? Please? Please, no caps. Hello, Shayla. How are you doing? And I get it imported. I hope that's something that stops soon. Hello, Melissa. How are you doing? So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. I think there is an argument that happened and someone doesn't want to be honest about it, just like that little Reddit story that I told you. Someone doesn't want to say why they need the money or doesn't want to be honest about why they're in this difficult situation or who they upset. They just want to have somebody deal with their problems for them. That's a little selfish. We have what's the news? What else do we have? Bye, Felicia. Thank you. Next. Leaving and not caring and fed up over it, not having it, frustrated. Yeah. Whoever this is asking you for a favor, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, they are codependent, but also dishonest. They don't want you to know why they no longer have a relationship or what happened to their car or why they spent too much money or why they got fired. They don't want to be honest about it because they know if you knew the truth, you would say no. Oh, thank you, Shayla. Yes, if you could like the video, that means a lot. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Matt said, be the calm you want to see in the world. I like it. Swept up, head over heels, falling in love, intense emotions. Tiptoeing. I think we have someone who got kicked out or who dropped the ball financially or has some financial hardship because they had an inappropriate crush or they hit on somebody that they shouldn't have. This could be like an HR problem. This could be someone who tried to hit on their friend's wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever. This is like you did something you shouldn't have, and that's why you're in this problem or why you're, frustrated or can't, figure things out, but you don't want to like talk about what really happened or what you did to put yourself in that situation. They're dealing with financial hardship because they did not anticipate the consequences of their actions. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is financial hardship after a breakup. There could be a car that is being repoed. There could be some issues pertaining to not being paid because they ruined a relationship. But they don't want to be honest about it, and there is some self-medication or some partying happening, trying to like forget about what they did to get themselves into this problematic situation. This is the Kipper. Hello, Marcus. This is not an astrological sign reading, just a general reading, but I do have all signs readings in a playlist on my channel if you'd like to look for that. Happy Mother's Day for you, Michael. I am not a mother, so don't need to wish it to me. Yes, it is still the general reading. So we have poverty and wealthy man. Someone is assuming that you have the bankroll to be able to help them through their issues, but they don't want to be honest about the origins of their issues. They don't want to be honest about how much they owe or why they're in this situation. And I don't think it's wise for you to help. I think you would, unless you're, comfortable gifting them that money and not ever giving it back or getting it back. Sudden wealth in the reverse. They're claiming that they have money coming in to deal with something, but it's already spoken for. And this person could have some legal consequences chasing them down. We have coffin and lovers. I think there's an end of a relationship that happened because this person was unfaithful or was lying about perhaps their financial issues. And they're not wanting to be honest about just how bad it is or the likelihood of them being able to actually pay you back if you loan them this money. Let's get a few. Okay. It's telling me to go for the True Crime Oracle deck, which makes me a little bit nervous. Maybe this is someone who is like actually a thief. What do we have going on? This person went to a party and got into an accident. So this is likely an issue where we have somebody that needs to borrow money or, stopped paying on a car because they can't drive it and now it's been repossessed. But there was an accident and it likely happened because this person has been self-medicating or partying. So if they're asking to borrow your car, for example, no. No. You do not need to be stuck with a car that's out of commission because this person crashes it as well. Especially if they're not on your insurance, right? This is the situations deck. What else do we have? That's very kind of you, Redbeard. What else do we have? Telepathic, TikTok, synchronicities. Your intuition is telling you that this is someone that you probably cannot trust or that they have not told you the whole story. There is a deadline or they are running out of time and they might literally be going to jail for something. Or they might be putting you at risk of some sort of legal consequence if you say yes to whatever this request is. But you definitely got to tell this person no. I do think that they were involved with someone that they should not have been. They may have been threatened or even chased by someone because of this love affair. They had some obsession. I feel like this is, my finances aren't doing so great. So in order to feel better about myself, I'm going to go and knock boots or get naked with somebody that I probably shouldn't be with. And that excitement or that thrill is a temporary like adrenaline rush that distracts me from how bad my financial situation is. They were definitely partying to forget whatever problems financially they were already dealing with. And then I think they kind of made it worse. So they're begging you to help them out, maybe borrow something specific like a car, or of course borrow money, but neither seems to be a good idea. We've got unconditional, genuine, certain love and happiness, cleansing, meditation, removing negativity. Yeah, this is someone who needs to deal with their own problem. They're trying to find some, I heard the word schmuck, I don't use that word, but they're trying to find someone who would say yes and at least like kind of deal with some of the problems that they've signed themselves up for, and make it a little bit easier for them. And this is like, no, this is not your problem. This is not your responsibility. This person would not pay you back, or this person would make things more complicated for you. You don't really need to be dealing with that. Let's go with the Fairy Lenormand. Hello, Riley. Matt, I think the memberships like gifting option is in the $ icon, and it should say gifted memberships, but I know I think it was Nat was having issues with finding that, so YouTube sometimes is a little bit strange. What else do we have? Loyalty, number 18. This is someone who's trying to like leverage loyalty between the two of you, but doesn't want to be honest about how they have failed to be loyal to others. They just want help getting over this mountain or this obstacle without having to feel guilty over the fact that they have been untrustworthy. They might need a place to stay, or they might need transportation. They don't want to be honest about what drama they've caused for themselves, or a relationship that may have been ended, or someone who's gone no contact. It could be, they've been iced out from a family member. If you were to do some digging with this fox, that's like some reconnaissance, right? I think you would be able to figure out what this person's hiding from you. Let's get a few from A Gamer's Ways. Don't worry about it, Matt, but I'm pretty sure from the mobile it's the $ icon. I have a different view because I'm doing the live stream, but yeah. We have fast travel. We don't always have time to stop and play around in photo mode. Some things require quick action. There might be a mission timer, or you just need to hit the hay. Whatever the reason is, it's happening with a quickness. Part of the issue here is this person is rushing a decision. They're not saying, hey, can I borrow some money next month? Or hey, can I borrow your car next week? It's like, hey, I need to do this right now. Thank you, Priyanka. Let me add that for you. Mesh. Client. Current feeling. And what he's thinking about your work. Romantic feelings. I got you. Thank you, Priyanka. What else do we have? Hello, Jamike. How are you doing? Escort mission. Okay, you can't go rushing into traffic willy-nilly for this. You've got a VIP with you, and they are a quirky one. Take time to observe the situation and figure out what the plan is. Maybe run a few tests first. So you've got somebody who they want you to believe something and rush right in, right? But that's not a good idea. And apparently they have yet to learn that lesson. This is saying you've got to figure out some more information. Definitely don't say yes right away, but I don't think you're supposed to say yes at all because there's more information and they're purposefully withholding it from you. New top score. This is what the game of life is all about. Gamers striving for a better personal score every day. At these levels, it might be a good idea to find a party to team up with, or better yet, seek out your match and your player too. So this is basically saying, whoever I'm reading for, you have other things that you should be working on, and this person is a distraction. Now, does that mean you should never be kind, generous, or charitable to somebody who's having a difficult time? No. I'm a big believer in charity and mutual aid, being a good neighbor. But if somebody is purposefully misleading you on the circumstances of their situation and possibly asking to borrow money with no intention of paying it back, that's something that should impact your willingness to be helpful. That's more of a mooch, not a friend. We have the Warlock. Likely an avid spawn camper, the Warlock doesn't have friends. They have minions. They are loyal only to themselves and can be ruthless in ensuring they are victorious in their plots. Spell work may be involved. This is not a friend. This is somebody who uses people. So you don't need that. You don't need to help this person when they have no intention of doing right by you. All right. This is the Tarot Familiars. What else do we have? Hey, Dan. I think that's something y'all should figure out on your own. But I don't know if you can really do that to yourself, you know? Six of Pentacles, a handout, charity, but in secretive circumstances. They're not telling you the whole truth. Knave or Page of Swords in the reverse. They're withholding information because they know if you knew what was really going on, you would say no. The Magician is your energy. You're very capable. This person feels like for you, it wouldn't mean anything. Like you would be just fine. You would recover. You've got the money. You should be able to just like deal with it. But they're not, like they don't actually care about you. They expect you to care about their plight, but they don't care about yours. Or they wouldn't care if it were you. Six of Swords in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Cups in the reverse. You know this person doesn't care for you the way that you care for them. So it's not your responsibility. You're being told to say no. They would send some of this misfortune your way, and you don't deserve that. All right, let's dive into these personal questions. So for Priyanka, we've got, what are Umesh's current feelings for Priyanka? How does Umesh feel for Priyanka? We have the Ten of Swords and the Fool. The Hermit in the reverse. This person's conflicted. I don't know if they hit on you initially and then you kind of shut it down, but this is someone who felt like they were supposed to just ignore their interest in you and now they feel like they've been given some sort of encouragement from you to communicate that again or hit on you again or express their interest, but they're nervous. If I say something or if I express myself, are you going to take it the wrong way? How does Umesh view Priyanka? A temptation. We have the Devil, the Ace of Wands, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not someone who's looking for a serious relationship, or this is not someone who would view you as the type they want a long-term relationship with. They feel a lot of physical attraction, but they feel it's a bad idea. So does Umesh believe Priyanka is capable of a long-term relationship? No. Again, I keep getting the word temptation. You're a temptation, you would be some fun, but I can't see myself long-term with you. Seven of Cups. An option, but not like the best option. I don't like that. Eight of Wands in the reverse and Nine of Wands. This is like I could say the nice things. I could like love bomb you and then like put up the block, right? But this is not like I'm looking at relationships or having feelings. This is more so like, is it worth the risk? Because that would be a lot of fun. I don't like the physical intimacy focus here. There doesn't seem to be emotional connection. And with the High Priestess in the reverse, there is an appreciation that I'd probably have to like kind of lie a little bit or exaggerate a little bit, right? Queen of Swords in the reverse. This person's a liar. I guess everybody lies to some extent, maybe. I don't know. But this is someone who's pretty comfortable with misrepresenting what their intentions are. So, romantic feelings? I don't know. I think it's more like horny or thirsty feelings. How does Umesh feel about Priyanka's work? That you have good judgment, you make the right call, you know what you're doing. Like, boss. This is someone who trusts you or feels like you know what you're doing. But when it comes to the romantic side, this is someone who would be untrustworthy. Sun in the reverse. I think this is a good person to work with. You can be, have this professional relationship and it's good. And maybe this physical attraction helps you make some money. But I would not ever give this person the time of day romantically or physically because they do not actually have the intentions to pursue something long term. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. This is the wild unknown. Anything else for Priyanka on this Umesh individual, please? Eight of Wands in the reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. It works out much better for you if you don't cross that boundary with Umesh. I think you make money because this person's attracted to you, but if you try to pursue something actually with them, it's regrettable. I don't know how to say that. If you were to have physical intimacy with this person, you would never arrive? Do you know what I'm saying? This person is selfish in the bedroom. I will put it that way. I don't think you would appreciate the physical intimacy with Umesh. I don't think it would be a good time. Sorry. Okay, I'll stop. All right. We shall leave it there. And thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for checking out my candles and hyping the video if you're able to. I feel like I'm interrupting y'all in the live chat. I'm sorry. But I gotta sign off. I will see you on the next